One piece of the clue or the riddle from last episode. This is Elton Brand. This is prime Elton Brand with the Los Angeles Clippers. He spent 7 seasons with the Clippers, the longest he spent with any team in his career. He's been with 5 teams. He had a lot of good years. A lot of good years. The first 2 years with the Bulls were great, actually. So it's kind of weird, but a lot of people may not know. He was traded on draft day in 2001 for Tyson Chandler, or the rights to Tyson Chandler. The Bulls didn't keep him that long either, so that just didn't work out. But nonetheless, 05-06 version, he was 26 years old, 24.7 points a game, 2.2 turnovers, 2.5 blocks, 1 steal, 2.6 assists, 10 rebounds, 77% from the free throw line, 53% from the field. It was a good year, really good year for him. He went to the All-Star game. It was his second All-Star appearance. I tried to make his head as flat as possible because Elton Brand, the back of Elton Brand's head has to be the flattest I've ever seen of any human being. I ain't never seen nobody with a head that flat in the back. It's really crazy. But, yeah, it came out okay. And I made his wingspan really long because that's one of the things that Brand is known for, is an extremely long wingspan. That's the reason why he's been able to be so successful as an undersized power forward center, because his arms are freakishly long. I took all of the signature stuff directly from the current Elton Brand. So if y'all don't like this, you should probably talk to the people who made it. But let me see. You know what I didn't do? I remember. Oh, yeah, I did. And I also upgraded the dunks because he's a little bit younger, a little bit more spry, So I hooked him up with some, the big man baseline reverse and a big man back scratcher and a big man basic off one, big man basic, or just basic hangs off 2. So that was that. Let's take a look at the rating. I hooked him up. Let's look at the badges first. He got 12. 5 goal, hustle points, tenacious rebounder, eraser, post-lockdown defender, and bruiser. Brand was a really good player, man. He was really good at, in his prime, really good. So, and the numbers back it up, 3 offensive rebounds per game that year. I could have used a couple years. His offensive rebounding was crazy. Like in the 01-02 season, the first year after the Bulls traded him, I guess he was mad or something. 5 offensive rebounds a game. I almost used that year because he also averaged 11.6 rebounds total, which was his career high. So I went back and forth. I really went back and, come to think of it, maybe I should have used that year. And his offensive, I don't know. But man, he had some really good years. So I feel good about the 85. I really do. I feel good about it because he was a beast. Absolute beast. So we're moving through this. How'd y'all like that riddle? My man Michael Soul he killing it. He killing it on the riddles. He is the riddle master. So let's move on to this to the next guy in this episode. Now, this one came out really good in my opinion. Coming with that Joe Johnson Atlanta Hawks version. This is actually the first year he made the All-Star team. I didn't realize that Joe Johnson made 6 straight All-Star games with the Atlanta Hawks, but he did. This is the 06-07 version. He averaged 25 a game, 3.1 turnovers, 4.4 assists, 4.2 rebounds, 75% from the free throw line, and 38% from three-point range, and 47% from the field. ISO Joe from Arkansas. The beginning of his career is really crazy. Like, he got traded in the middle of his rookie year. He got drafted by Boston, got traded to Phoenix. So he does a little bit better at Phoenix in the first year, but then he continues to just get better and better and better. And then he leaves Phoenix for Atlanta in 05-06 and just blows up from there. People know him basically for his real calm demeanor. He actually, I believe, I'm almost positive I read this, that he suffers from narcolepsy, which is a sleeping disorder. And, sometimes people have gotten on him because he, for a lack of intensity or sort of that thing. But I think that's just more or less his way. And, but still putting in over, his career average is 17.4. And, even right now for Brooklyn, it's like a down year and he's averaging 15 a game. He's 33 years old, so I mean, this guy's had he's had a pretty strong career. The signature stuff was pretty simple, just basically went off of what was already there, and made him a little bit jazzier because we talking about 8 years ago, more or less. So gave him a little bit more to work with, but ISO Joe gonna be able to get his own shot, like for real, and you can go to him down the stretch, of course. Even though I was just reading a colleague's article on him about why he's not the Brooklyn's go-to guy down the stretch anymore, so that was somewhat interesting. But let's take a look at these ratings. 84 for ISO Joe. He can score, man. I mean, 25 a game that year. 47% from the field is pretty strong for a shooting guard, especially one who's taking 20 shots a day, 20 shots a night. So I thought that was pretty sharp. Not a super explosive athlete. If he was, he'd probably be like an 87 or something like that. And if he was a better defender too, that would have helped, because it's not really a great defender. The badges, I gave him 17 of them. 5 gold, corner specialist, dead eye, limitless range, microwave, and the step back freeze for ISO Joe. Now let's take a look at the last guy in this episode. We pushing. We got Jerry Lucas. Now he's already on the game with the New York Knicks, and he was part of the riddle, of course. He's already on the game with the New York Knicks, but he played for the Knicks in the last 3 seasons of his career, and they really kind of pale in comparison. Not so much pale. The first year, well, yeah, they pale, and the first year was good for him, but not on par with what he did when he was a Royal. When he was with the Cincinnati Royals, he was ridiculous. I mean, really. For the first 6 years of his career, he didn't average less than 17.4 rebounds a game. 3 of those years, he averaged over 20 a game. But I actually picked the season 68-69. He's 28 years old. As a matter of fact, it was his last full season with the Cincinnati Royals, where he averaged 18.3 points, 18.4 rebounds, 4.1 assists, shot 75% from the free throw line, and 55% from the field. Obviously, there was no three-point shot at that time, but I kind of think that he might have been a guy that would have had a nice set shot from 3. But I don't have anything to really go on with that, so I didn't jack his ratings up too much on that end. But I did. You don't worry about that. I did make sure that I gave him a little bit, a little bit of love right there. So check it out here. Let's see. He's undersized. He played center too, power forward and center. He's undersized for both positions. But one thing he's also known about, like right now, and he's 74 years old in real life, but right now he is a advanced memory coach. He's known for having like a ridiculous photographic memory, great memory for numbers. I saw something like a little documentary with him once, and he was talking about how people used to accuse him of watching or keeping his own stats, because he knew how many points he had, what his field goal percentage was, how many rebounds he had, assists throughout the entire game. And he was like, it didn't take anything for me to think about it. I wasn't being selfish. He was like, I knew how much everybody on the floor, how many points everybody on the floor had. I knew how many rebounds everybody on the floor had. So the dude kind of had sound like a genius level intellect. But you know what I'm saying? He said he would use some of that to help him rebound, like he just knowing caroms and that kind of thing. It was really kind of fascinating, as a matter of fact. So that right now, that's what he does. So that's pretty cool. So going ahead and look, wasn't an explosive athlete, so just gave him some of the basic stuff here, but that was pretty cool. But because of that, I felt, what I was just saying, I felt that it was kind of cool to probably, hook him up on some of the things that speak to your basketball intelligence. So I took the liberty of doing that. Gave him 10 badges, 7 of them gold, hustle points, screen outlet, dead eye, break starter, scrapper, tenacious rebounder, and the charge card. Let's look at the ratings. He got an 85, which is good as we roll through this. Now, man, I don't know about you, but I'm fired up right now because as of the end of this one, It's 3 more episodes left until the reveal. I'm fired up. I am fired up. You understand me? Ripped up. I'm just fired up. But now it's time for the riddle. Oh, yeah. I'm digging the riddles. I like it. I'll just tell you myself I like it. So check it out. I'm about to come at you real hard. Real hard. Here we go. Now listen. Listen. I'm coaching my old clique in the Valley of the Sun, the 3rd prep, to go number 1. Though I balled in Champaign, I still represent the colony. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to say it one more time. Now listen. Listen. I'm coaching my old clique in the Valley of the Sun, the 3rd prep, to go number 1. Though I balled in Champaign, I still represent the colony. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I appreciate y'all watching. I mean, look, 3 more. There's 3 more left. God bless. Peace.